Hey guys, this is Gern from Hivemind Gaming on YouTube, and today I'm bringing you my very own Feral PvE guide. In this guide, I will include various specs which you can use and try out, different stat priorities, what your reforging should look like, and even the basic rotation. Hope you enjoy, and who knows, you may even learn something. This first talent tree is called the base spec. That pretty much means that the way these points are set up now is where you need to have them. This leaves you with 4 points left, and these points are called filler points. These can pretty much go anywhere you want now, though there are specific talents in which you may want to use them, and I'll cover these now. The second spec is commonly known as the Tiger's Fury spec. 2 of those filler points I was talking about earlier are put into this talent, and then the rest of the points are usually put into improved stuns or spell damage reduction. This talent makes your Tiger's Fury and Berserk give you an extra 20 energy for the duration. This is mainly used by those who have mastered the class, as it can take some time to perfect so that you lose no downtime when the energy is taken away again. The third and final spec is one of my favourites, as it's the one I currently use, and this build is pretty much self-explanatory with the filler points in improved stuns and spell damage reduction. When it comes to glyphs, all but one are definitely needed. Where you see I have the glyph of Berserk here, until you get the tier 12 4-piece bonus, you're going to want to use the glyph of Tiger's Fury. All the rest of these which you see are 100% needed. When you first reach level 85 and start gearing up, you're going to want to stick with a certain stat priority. Before you get your tier 12 4-piece bonuses, your stat priorities are going to be Mastery over everything, with crit coming in second and haste following closely for third place. When you do reach the stage of tier 12 however, there are 2 routes that you can go. The first being to change your stats for haste being priority, followed by crit and then Mastery last. Or, when you reach a stage of about 45% crit when you're fully raid buffed, like myself, you can start stacking Mastery again for that extra bleed damage. As far as rotations go, the Feral Druid has one with a lot of abilities, and you have to make sure that your bleeds have as much uptime as possible. So at first you may get a little lost trying to keep track of everything, so you may want to find yourself a good add-on to track those abilities, and one that I would recommend, which I use myself, is called debuff filters. So to start off the Feral rotation, you're going to want to open up with Feral version of Fairy Fire. Then from here, Feral Charge, presuming that the boss you're on allows it, but do not use that free Ravage yet. Instead, use Mangle for your increased bleed damage, then Rake, then Shred until you get 5 combo points. From here, you should be out of energy, so use your Tiger's Fury, and then Berserk, and then any other DPS cooldowns, whether it be trinkets, rituals, or even potions. You should still have your 5 combo points at this stage, so go ahead and use Rip. And now that you're back down to 0 combo points, from here, Shred until you have 5 combo points again, but this time use Savage Roar. From here on, your main priority is to keep up your Mangle debuff and bleeds at all times. This comes before everything else. After bleeds, you'll need to use your Tiger's Fury and Berserk whenever they're off cooldown, and then finally comes your Savage Roar. If you find yourself with 5 combo points and all of this is going well, don't be afraid to throw out a Ferocious Bite, but only if you have time. If you can keep up this simple priority without your bleeds falling off for more than a few seconds, then you're doing well. However, when the boss you're fighting reaches below 25% health, instead of using your combo points on Rip, you can now use them on Ferocious Bite, as below 25% this refreshes the duration of your Rip. So that's about it for my Feral guide. I hope I taught you something valuable. I hope you enjoyed this. and remember, if you did, rate it thumbs up and subscribe.